Abushani komo ewo channel in social so I'm say how say AGH Politics Avenue. Podcast or trend make us make headlines. And the genre na yidi bi exum. And idiom yanko political highway sinim. Na we breaking news yidi bi exum wo. Na 600 million Ghana cedi. Petroleum revenue. Many woka say sika no omo hwehwe ne ba bia omo hu a enye asem koto akra. Na we need free honso a 199 million Ghana cedi liters of fuel and also eno ho akontabuo no so akoye buachi bi ni a me no ka say abadwafo attract na omu eboyin chiremu mesra wo say yembo ngura insiminimu na yemfam aba AGH Politics Avenue and there we share me na wa subscribe to the channel at the amame.
This afternoon on the news first, government is estimated to have lost more than 600 million Ghana cedis in tax revenue in 2025 following the disappearance of 199 million litres of petroleum products within the downstream sector. Now, according to the 2025 Petroleum Products Analysis Report by the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, the unaccounted volumes representing 2.1% of Ghana's total petroleum supply for the year were expected to generate revenue through taxes, levies, and regulatory charges, but were not properly captured within the system. The findings, based on a reconciliation of national petroleum stock movements, raised serious concerns about possible diversion, tax evasion, and regulatory lapses across the petroleum value chain. And head of data and research here, our joint news, Isaac Kofi Ajay, is with the details. Kofi, what do we have? Well,
so you made it right there. 600 million Ghana cedis is what COMAC is estimating we may have lost from this 199 liters of petroleum product that came into the country in 2025 that could not be accounted for. And when we did this calculation, 199 liters of fuel, that's about 2.5 million barrels of refined crude and petroleum product that came into the country. And in fact, this could not be accounted for. And according to COMAC, per their estimation, if you look at this quantum, then we may have lost some 600 million Ghana cedis as a result of this unaccounted for petroleum products. And there are suspicions of where this could have actually gone to. We know, according to the Seaboard, which is the BDCs are saying that, well, if you look at some of this product that comes in, sometimes most of them are sent for some specialized modular treatment, and they believe that this type of mechanism or way allows some of this petroleum product to be diverted, and they believe that in terms of what the state is losing, we are losing hugely in terms of tax revenues which could have come to the state. Already we are projecting that this is about 2.1% of our that's close to about 8 billion liters of fuel that we consume in 2025. And this is huge, because if you do this estimation, and let's say this has happened for a period of, let's say, 5 years, then it means that we are losing close to about 2.5 billion Ghana cedis from these losses in terms of possible tax revenue that the state could have raked in. We have also done our own analysis in terms of even how much the state could be losing in terms of possibly suspending one cedi additional levy, and that alone is also costing the state some 500 million Ghana cedis. If they decide to do so. So this plus the possible revenues that government could have gotten, and already we know that 2025 government could not meet its tax revenue, and all of this actually feeding into the inability of the GRA and in fact Ghana as a whole not being able to meet its tax revenue or its revenue target of 2025, which I think we missed by some 3%. So that figure is huge over there, close to about more than 600 million Ghana cedis, how much we are losing. And we have done the math, and we said if this should hold for, let's say, a period of 5 years, you could be losing more than 2.5 billion Ghana cedis.
So if I understand, the 2.1% is the percentage of what we're losing out of the total market supply.
Exactly.
Okay, if you want to break that down, what does that mean?
In fact, if you look at if 2.1%, it's actually taking away these huge sums of taxes. It tells you how the petroleum space is a big source of tax revenue for the country.
Yeah.
So if you mess around with the petroleum space, you're actually messing around with the country's revenue, projections. That's why I made a point that if you look at even the discussions around suspension of taxes, we have done the projections. We've said that should government decide to even suspend 1 cedi on the taxes on the export price of fuel, we could be losing some 500 million Ghana cedis every month. That should tell you that the petroleum industry is a very sensitive space, and the reason why to date we are still waiting for the finance minister and the energy minister to possibly come out with the measures in terms of the suspension of the taxes. It tells you that every opportunity missed in terms of being able to tax the product costs the state a lot, and just about 2.1% of the supplied volumes is costing us this huge sums of money. It means that this is a space that is very, very sensitive in terms of tax revenues.
Well, thank you so much, Kofi. I think you should get some hot tea. You sound like a trumpet. Well, away from that, tension is mounting at Tema Port as a coalition of trade and freight forwarders association prepares to announce a sit-down strike later. The action is set to begin Tuesday, April 14, 2026, across the country in protest over a newly introduced port revenue system known as Pelican AI. The coalition says the system is fraught with operational challenges, leading to increased duties at the ports and must be suspended. Now, the coalition warns that members will halt activities at all ports of entry, citing the government's decision to proceed despite their concerns. Now, listen to the General Secretary of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Paul Kobina-Mensah, declaring the strike action a while ago at the Tema Port.
Although the Secretariat is referenced by the AI Publican Committee, there is no published appeals protocol, no data submission interface, no defined resolution timelines. As a result, traders and agents are compelled to rely on physical visits. You need to go there. You need to go and see somebody. If no one is there, you go and sit there the whole day and come back. Informal engagement is what is now we are being forced to do. And then ad hoc escalation channels. In fact, somebody from Paga will send a document to me. If I show you my phone, almost every day people are sending these issues. Then you forward it to CTSB. So if this gentleman is busy, it will be there till the next day, the next week. There is no formal policy position on valuation methodology of used goods. No treatment of non-standard items. And then adjustment factors for conditions at age or origin is also a fiasco. Now, transparencies, inordinate valuations are altered in duty payments. Cargo remains uncleared. Financial exposure continues to accumulate daily. So the person cannot pay duty, but is forced to be crying over the mortgage that is going to come. The same port, what is Ghana Port, was also calculating rent.
Let's cross over to the Tema Port now to speak to my colleague, Carlos Coloni. Carlos, what new reason have the freight forwarders given for this 4-day strike action?
Right, MFA, a number of reasons they have been given. One is that on the 1st of April, they had a meeting with the finance ministry to try to resolve the concerns they have, but that meeting did not yield into any positive result. And so they have decided that the next 4 days, they are not actually going to be paying duties, and nothing at all is going to be happening at the port. They believe that by this action, government is actually going to listen to them with the challenges they have with the Publican AI system. I have with me one of the executive members to give us details of why they've decided to embark on this particular action, and give us your name and tell us pointers why you have finally arrived at this decision for the next 4 days.
Okay, thank you very much. So my name is Obria J. Michael, and the reason why we have arrived at this decision, this 4-day strike, is pretty simple. We've been hammering it for the last 2 or 3 weeks that one, we're saying that the AI is churning out arbitrary values. AI is churning out arbitrary values. 2, we do not have a clear-cut SOP for appeals. So to the extent that when you even have problems, you are unable to appeal it through the regular digital process, is making business cumbersome for us. And the business community, those who are traders, those who give freight forwarders the money to pay the duties, are saying that we can no longer go around this route. And we're saying also finally that the means that the AI is using to calculate the duties that we're seeing, is against the WTO, WCO, and Act 891 regulations that we have in our law.
And so you believe that by sitting down, the government is actually going to listen to you. After the 4 days, if nothing happens, what will be your next line of action?
Thank you very much. We've been speaking for the past 2 weeks, and the government has not heeded to us. And so for us, we believe an industrial action is the right way to go. After the 4 days, if government still decides not to heed to our concerns, like I said earlier and in previous conversations, that we have the opportunity to meet and assess the impact of the industrial strike. We may take it a step further, or we may explore all the other legal remedies that are there for us as business owners in the country.
Okay, Michael Aubrey, thank you so much for speaking to us here. So that's an executive member of the coalition of trade associations here at the Tema Port. So as we speak, no business at all is happening at the Tema Port, and that is going to continue from today all the way to Friday. As you heard from him, after Friday, by Monday, they will reassess the impact of this particular industrial action to advise themselves going forward. MFR.
Thank you so much, Carlos, for bringing us update from the Tema Port. Now, the Ghana Police Service have deployed officers, including crime experts, to to hunt down armed robbers who shot and killed 20-year-old Berekum Chelsea player Dominic Frimpong last night. The tragedy occurred during a robbery attack on the team bus at Achirisu on their return from an away game at Summertech in Samreboy in the Western region. Dominic Frimpong was reportedly shot in the head when another official robbed 4,500 Ghana cedis. We'll get to the police statement shortly, but first listen to Communications Officer of Berekum Chelsea, Albert Dewu, narrate what happened on the night to my colleague Victor Achu Tabaklo on the Joy Sports Center. We'll bring you that cue a bit later, but unfortunately, this is not the first incident of robbery of a Ghanaian team returning from a football game. The Joy News research team have been digging into this and have found at least 5 separate incidents in the last 7 years, and I'll be showing you shortly on the screen. So first, robbery attack of football teams, as we've been telling you, at least 5 incidents since 2029. And I'll take you to the various communities where it's happened. So April 2026, which is quite the recent one, on the team player, Berekum Chelsea, and of course, their opponents were FC Summertech. But the location particularly that this happened was on the Gosu Bibiani Road. And of course, sadly, Dominic Frimpong, the player, was the one who lost his life. And of course, monies and other belongings were taken. I already told you how much, 4,500 Ghana cedis. And away from April, in other months and years as well, we've got November 2023 and the team Legon Cities FC, and they have as well opponents were FC Summertech. And the location this happened as well near Bibiani, again on Twaso Highway. Twase Kumasi Highway near Bibiani. No injuries reported, valuables, phones, laptops, cash stolen. Then again, in March 2022, Ashanti Gold SC is a team. The opponent was Hartevok at Asin Enja. That's the location. The bus targeted at 2 a.m. by robbers with automatic rifles. All players and staff, thank God, were safe. Then again, in April 2021, FC Savannah Ladies and then Tamale Kumasi Road, bus was attacked while traveling. A club physiotherapist sustained injuries as well. And then I think finally would be April 2019, Asokwa Deportivo as well. Prestia Mind Stars, they played together near Jacobo. armed men intercepted the bus and searched all occupants. No injuries. This happened in a town near Jokobo. But let's go to my colleague James, who's got the statement from the Ghana Police Service as well, and the Ghana Football Association. James, let's start with the Ghana Football Association. What have they been saying?
Well, the GFA in expressing their condolences to both the family, the club, as well as the entire football fraternity, described Dominic Frimpong as a young, promising football talent whose dedication and passion to the game embody the spirit of the Premier League. The GFA said that they are in constant communication with the club and all relevant authorities, including the Ghana Police Service, as investigations continue into this particular tragic incident and the circumstances surrounding it. As they call for justice to be served, they end by the question is, what would they do to forestall this from happening? The GFA said it will engage key stakeholders to review and strengthen security arrangements for clubs traveling for domestic competitions to prevent such incidents from occurring again. That's the position of the GFA on this matter as of this morning.
Right. One of these key stakeholders definitely will be the Ghana Police, who is investigating in the recent one. What have they been saying?
The police in their statement gave some more details of what really happened. They indicated that indeed Dominic was shot and during the robbery attack and was rushed to the Berekum government hospital, but unfortunately passed away while receiving treatment there. The police also indicated that another victim, 52-year-old John was also robbed of some 4,500 Ghana cedis. They have retrieved 2 spent BB cartridges from the scene to assist with investigation. The Ashanti Regional Police Command, as the police statement said, have deployed additional officers and crime experts to begin the hunt down of the suspect as we speak. And they are calling for help from the public as they go about this investigation. Additional information we are also learning now is that a team from both the club and other sympathizing clubs in the Ashanti region are on their way now to inform the family officially, including GFA officials, of what has happened last night in the Western region.
Thank you so much, James, for bringing us details from both institutions. But let's listen to the communications officer for Samatex.
Go to Bebieni. In between Bebieni and Goso, where the incident happened, the driver of our timbers saw gunmen laying ambush. So as soon as they saw the bus, they started shooting. So the driver decided to reverse the bus. Unfortunately, the robbers rushed the timbers and then start shooting on our timbers. So unfortunately, the gun got our player, Dominic Frimpong, 20-year-old Dominic Frimpong, who joined Berekum Chelsea from Adriana Stars on the second window. So from they rushed into the Berekum government hospital where he pronounced dead.
So those who rushed, the players who ran into the nearby bushes, were they chased by the armed robbers?
No, because everybody was run for his life.
Okay, but the question that many have been asking is, why is it that after that game, the club did not take the option of spending the night in Samaraboy, but decided to travel at night?
All our away matches, after the match, we don't stay there. So the next day, when we finish the game, we travel back home. So it's a normal thing that we used to do. We don't normally sleep, and then after the day, the next day we travel to Berekum or our destination. So it's a normal thing that the team do.
Albert Diowo is the communications officer for Berekum Chelsea. Away from that, let's do some health-related stories. Imagine tuberculosis, mpox, and cholera patients being treated in the same ward. Different infections sharing the same air in.
We and some who do it course or channel so ma'am and also Jembre. asene so oba de ndia dum bi edom yenia ye besan ehia